Today we have with us Mr. Sanjay Chaudhri, the former wing commander of the Indian Air Force. He is an alumni from IIM Lucknow and has a vast experience in the fields of HR and administration. Currently, he is the professor of practice in the School of Management and Commerce in Brainware University. Let's have a small chat with sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
It's a pleasure.
I would like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly.
My first question for you would be, you have been associated with the Indian Air Force and also with the corporate industry. What are the some important pointers on corporate readiness you can suggest to the students?
I can say with some amount of certainty that it has been a great experience of continuous learning so far, and the story continues at Brainware itself, right? Regarding that corporate readiness, it's something like life itself. In the sense, it's a work in progress. But the thing which impresses me the most about my class of MBA and even BBA is that their trainability quotient is exceedingly high. By what I mean, when I say trainability quotient, it means is that not only are they able to learn, but their willingness to learn is exceedingly high. Yeah, and that's what to my mind is the crucial delta which creates the potential in them to do exceedingly well in that area which the corporate looks for. Yeah.
Moving on, my next question for you would be, lately there has been a lot of discussion regarding bridging the gap between academia and the industry. So while interacting with the students, what is your main area of focus so that they understand the reality?
Oh, that's a great question. And you see, actually I have 4 focus areas where I like to, take their attention into the world of realism and reality, which they will soon be migrating to after they leave the protection of this university, right? And those 4 areas are, number 1, the changing nature of the work environment itself. Then the changing nature of the employees' expectations, right? And those skills, the key skills which will be required for them to continue not only to get a job, but to sustain themselves in that job.
So my last question for you would be, as someone who has a lot of experience in the corporate domain, how do you incorporate your corporate experience with academia for the holistic development of the students?
All right. Now, all my interventions, the crux of those interventions boils down to just 3 areas. Rest all is jargon, right? The first one is that mindset is everything. You see, skills can be learned. Yes, certainly. Right? But it is the attitude which you have to display and demonstrate, a problem-solving approach, a positive attitude towards your work domain, and a performance orientation. That's what is needed. The second thing which I emphasize on with all the students is that communications is king. If you know something and you're not able to get it across to other people in an easily understandable manner, it conveys an impression that you are some sort of a spoon-fed individual and you are in need of crutches. Right? So unless you are able to communicate fluently and confidently, you don't get across as an individual who they want, who would attract them. And finally, the third thing which I would like to say is that honesty still is and continues to be the best policy. Yeah? Never be afraid of saying that you don't know. Yeah? People will actually appreciate you for that. Never fake a skill. Right? And the bottom line on this is, once these things are sorted out, right, then everything else will automatically fall into place. Yeah? That's what I think it is.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Truly a
It was
pleasure meeting you.
It was a pleasure. Thanks a lot.